It's time! Why? In about 12 days from now, the great event finally occurs, guys, which will be the catalyst for certainty. Seems like banks to me are front running that news. Why? From radar hits. Canada cuts rates by 0.50%, and the last time it had cut rates by that amount, guys, were in economic emergencies, right? So yes, maybe not too distant in the future, guys, we will see some type of black swan. But for now, what's going to happen? Well, more interest rates cuts, right? They cut by 4 times, guys. Bank of Canada, which just means more money printing. Then what? Other banks will follow. This is how we're going to just keep going higher and higher and higher, guys, right? Until the black swan event. And I'm truly excited because this all points towards alt season. But for now, global money supply will push Bitcoin to 100K, right? So if Bitcoin were to follow the global M2 money supply, guys, Bitcoin would right now be at over 100K. Well, you look at that, guys, right? Blue line, M2 global supply, and then the black line, Bitcoin. Previously, they were correlated to each other, guys, right? It seems like the money supply is going extremely higher than Bitcoin right now. But you guys can see how it comes back together, guys, right? It like tethered to each other, which would mean Bitcoin will have to go back up, guys, unless global liquidity comes down, right? Or the M2 global supply, guys. That won't happen though, right? It's going to go higher and higher and higher. So Bitcoin will follow it, guys, in due time. This chart just represents global liquidity reflects Bitcoin's price, and it broke a new all-time high today, guys, right? So the damn thing is going higher and higher and higher. It's non-stop. Again, guys, they can't stop printing, right? No matter what. Because if they do, the system then crumbles. So they won't. So the trigger to all of this is this event, guys. It's strictly on this event. Why? Because the markets don't like uncertainty, right? And we have been in this range for so long. It's going to have to make a move soon. Bitcoin, that is. Which altcoins will follow to a higher percentage. Now, only 14 days left before the NACE elections, guys. Okay, bullish for Bitcoin. This is what happened previously. USA elections happened around this time frame, guys. Okay, and in the previous Bitcoin cycles, ranging from 2012 to all the way present day, you guys can look by the colors, guys. Right, red was a 2012 cycle, blue 2016, 2020 orange, present day 2024 white. In the previous cycles after the election, guys, what happened to Bitcoin's price? Up, up, up. In each previous cycle, it only did one maneuver, guys, and that was up. Right? Not down, but up, because it seems like there's so much money waiting on the sidelines to enter, but they want certainty first. Here's a bigger picture for Bitcoin, guys, and altcoins. NACE selections right here. Exactly. The same thing will repeat, guys. Until one day we'll see the black swan events. But for now, let us go higher, right? These are the percentages right now, guys, currently. Let's see what happens. Now, this is a huge matter, guys, not only for Bitcoin and for altcoins, but especially for XRP and the Ripple community, because Brett Garlinghouse says SEC could abandon appeal. And he talks about how if Trump comes into play, Gary Gensler will have consequences. Listen very carefully, guys. This is why this election is extremely important for not only the world, but for XRP in itself.
With the FIT21 Act passing the House this summer in a bipartisan way, there appears to be some momentum around that. So maybe we'll get that sometime soon.
And then, as you mentioned at the top, of course, earlier this month, the agency did appeal part of that decision. So is there anything, any updates there that we need to know?
I mean, nothing. That will progress. It'll take, call it a year to kind of go through the system. I think it'll be interesting. The filing work that they'll have to do kind of comes out in January. By then, of course, we'll know if there's what the presidential election yields. It'll be interesting to see if there's a shift, and they could abandon that appeal. They could continue with it. I think, and I think obviously many federal courts have agreed that the SEC's war and kind of Gensler's reign of terror on crypto has been misguided, and I think they've gotten kind of smacked down by several courts with language. I mean, in our case, it was quote, and I'm quoting the judge and saying this, that the SEC has failed to follow a faithful allegiance to the law. In another case, they described the SEC as it relates to, this is a grayscale case, they're being arbitrary and capricious. You know, I think many in the industry have asked for many years, like, we want to follow the rules. We need to have clarity about what the rules are. And the SEC has changed the rules. Their own interpretation of the rules have changed at times. And, anyway, it's frustrating. I've already said many things about this. And I will say many more, I'm sure.
Well,
so there you guys go. It all depends, I guess. Literally, all the chips are in, guys. Right? What's going to happen at this point? Who's going to win? Because that determines the future world. This person says the election is over. Wait, what? Okay, I think it comes from this video. And he talks about Ripple, guys.
Is that Harris is going to win and that the election's, over. I mean, I think.
So they believe, some people do believe that Harris will win, guys. I mean, okay, let me tell you guys something about an interesting, unique perspective. You guys ready? So we know that the majority are usually wrong, guys, right? The majority. and this is a betting market. Poly market is betting, guys. A betting market, okay? I'm not doing this at all, okay? But let me tell you something. If the majority of the folks believe that Trump will win and it's a betting market, wouldn't they rig it to make the other side win, right? For that free money, even though it's not even that, it's probably only $1 billion, guys, or a couple billion max, right? It's not even that much. But maybe what they're doing is manipulating the number or the percentage for Trump to be higher than hers, so people get fooled and vote for him, guys, in reality, but she wins at the end. What do you guys think, right? An interesting perspective, to say the least. Although, maybe perhaps Trump will obviously win, because the banks, when we talk about Bitcoin and these asset prices, guys, the banks always win. And when the banks call for something, well, do they know what's upcoming? Justin, $725 billion Bernstein predicts Bitcoin will hit $200,000 in 2025, calling the forecast conservative. Do they believe it will hit 200K, and plus that's conservative, so probably higher, 250K, 300K, I don't know. And that's the year 2025. I'm telling you, the cycle isn't over. It's going to get demonic here. 200K, okay? Is that with her in office or him? I don't think it's her, guys. It has to be him, right? If Bitcoin will go and reach those crazy high targets. And remember, these are big players, right? Now, we can see crazy prices and numbers, guys, because we need to just see better news, right? Justin from Japan. Japan to cut Bitcoin and crypto taxes from 55% to 20% if the Democratic Party wins the election. What? From 55 to 20%, guys. That's insanity, isn't it? Wow. Though obviously that number is still a joke, guys. 55% is just ridiculous, right? So I'm glad that's going to change, hopefully. But it is funny to me how everyone is now relying on Bitcoin, guys, right? They're all bringing the Bitcoin strategy into politics to try to sway votes and whatnot. I'm telling you, because this is the new world, right? These billionaires are long gold and long Bitcoin. Again, they know something, guys. There's a reason why they're billionaires, right? If they're betting that Bitcoin will go higher, why shouldn't we? I'm not betting on Bitcoin at all, but what I am betting is on the altcoin market, right? So if Bitcoin goes higher, altcoins does the exact same thing, but to a higher percentage.
You're saying, are you off buying gold and Bitcoin? And
I think all roads lead to inflation. We're going to end up, but
does all roads lead to inflation? Therefore, gold is a good investment. Is Bitcoin a good?
Look at that, guys. Meaning money printing will still be here. The liquidity must go higher and higher and higher. And he's now going to ask the question: if gold is good as an inflation hedge, what about Bitcoin?
End up
but does all roads lead to inflation? Therefore, gold is a good investment. Is Bitcoin a good investment to you?
I'm long gold. I'm long Bitcoin. I think commodities are so ridiculously underowned. So I'm long commodities. I think most young people find their inflation hedges via the NASDAQ. That's also been great. It's probably some combination. I probably have some basket of gold, Bitcoin, commodities, and NASDAQ, something like that. And I would own zero fixed income. If I had my cash, it'd be very short term. The playbook to get out of this, you see it in Japan right now. They have 2% inflation, 30 basis points overnight. They don't want to raise rates. The playbook to get out of this is that you inflate your way out.
Again, they must keep printing, guys. So that's I think the way Bitcoin hits these ridiculous prices like 200, 300, 500K next year or the year after, guys, is due to a big event, which is inflation, right? So people want an inflation hedge, and they see Bitcoin moving higher and higher and higher each day. Psychology says you want in. Justin, Tesla reveals none of their $763 million worth of Bitcoin was sold in Q3 2024. So Elon Musk is bullish, Donald Trump is bullish, everyone is bullish, guys, on Bitcoin, which indirectly they're bullish on altcoins because he's bullish on Dogecoin. Right? It's the easiest thing in my life, guys. The formula is quite clear. Justin, BlackRock and Fidelity spot Bitcoin ETFs did a combined $1 billion in trading volume today. Right? This was yesterday, guys. The volumes are off the charts because it hasn't even begun yet. You guys ready? And it hasn't even begun? That's ridiculous. So this is Bitcoin USD on the 3 monthly chart. Very clean chart, guys, which just shows that top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. The next top will be higher than the previous, guys. Right? So this line, the white line, will go up like that. It'll be like that. Right? Probably a little bit higher, if not more. But this just tells us that the cycle top isn't in, guys. When we talk about the top, that was the top, 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 bottom, bottom. That's the bottom right now, guys. We are literally at bottom territory, which means the top will literally be in the 6-figure range. That's insanity. Breaking, Bitcoin hash rate just hit another all-time high. When hash rate precedes price, guys, right? Previously, when we look at the chart, guys, look at the hash rate just creating new all-time highs after new all-time highs after new all-time highs. Price followed thereafter. Very insane chart right here. Bitcoin rally imminent. The 3-week stochastic RSI tells a story. Bitcoin is on the rise, guys. Right? This is on the 3 weekly. Huge indicator, huge signal. Every time that we have seen a crossover, and above this line right here, guys, each single time, what happened? Price exploded, guys. And the price, we haven't seen anything yet, in my opinion. Not by each way, but an actual price explosion is imminent. Probably soon, maybe after elections, for certainty. When we have certainty. Not by each way, I'm truly excited. Let's go. My name is XRP. See ya.